Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome back to the Stink Bug Works. Today I have an important announcement. The T-3 is seaworthy. It has a radio in it. It's been bound and programmed, and it's ready to rock and roll. The batteries have yet to have the appropriate XT30 connectors soldered on, but that is on today's list of things to do. I've also not cut jam foam for this thing, and in looking at it, I really don't know where I could put it. I can't put it up in here. I really can't put it up in there. Can't put it up in there. The only space left is here, and with all the plumbing and the radio and this, there's not a whole lot of room for flotation in this thing. I can get a little chunk here. The problem is, it's 2.5, 3 pounds, and it's going to take about that much foam to float 2.5, 3 pounds. You follow what I'm saying? There may not be enough room in here for enough flotation to do any good anyway. So it's ready. Hopefully, I'm going to try to get out next week sometime. If I get this done, I will probably take this and the saltwater boat out. I have this now. I'm going to waterproof the batteries for the saltwater boat today. I have a lot of things to do today. So I'll waterproof the batteries for the saltwater boat today so I can take it out. It's all prepped and greased. This is all prepped and greased. Oh, let me tell you something. All along, I've been thinking, oh, yeah, this thing's going to be, yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. When I test fired the motor, I had my hand, about this far from the prop, and I test fired the motor. It was like, this thing might be scary. It might be scary. We'll just have to see. I may have created a monster. The Bud Monster. Now, my next project. Okay, so if this thing works out, if it runs good and we're close, I don't have to spend a lot of time dialing in a setup. If it's close, it's good enough to send to the paint shop. Paint shop will be easy. It's all one color. Boom. Several reasons I picked that livery. So all one color will be good to go. Now, the next project. I want to do something fast, cheap, and out of control. And I want to involve you guys. Or involve as many of you guys as I can. Now, I've been knocking around with this drive assembly that comes from H&M. Oh, these are the callouts I was waiting for all this time. I wanted to run these because they're lighter and less rotating mass. The Octura ones, bomb-proof. After the bombs fall, they'll still work. These, they're aluminum, and the bombs might melt them, but anything other than nuclear bombs, these should do okay. So this is available from Oliver, and when I bought these, the cost to ship these things was horrendous. Now, what Oliver does is he bases shipping costs on the price of the purchase. Some people base it on the weight of the purchase. Some people base it on the size of the purchase. Some people just roll the dice, but that's the way Oliver does it. And there are hacks you can do to get a better deal in shipping. You can add an item and look and see if the shipping changes. Add an item. Oh, the shipping went up. Okay, pull that item out. Boom. Okay, then you just take this stuff right here. So you can play that game with his shipping and get your best deal that way. But if you spread it out over enough items, it's not a bad deal. Here we go. So next project. For the cost of shipping these, I said, throw in one of these. Now, his list price on this is 67 euros, but remember that includes the 19% value-added tax, so it's actually like 49 euros outside of Europe. So, 49 euros is, in today's world, 55 bucks. 55 bucks for a nice little fiberglass hull, that's a pretty good deal. And some shipping, okay, so you pay $75 for a nice little hull. That's not a bad price for a nice little hull. If you had to build one out of wood, it would take 3 months. It would be this same size and probably cost you the same. So it's a good value. It's cheap. Include the driveline in your shipping. Now and bingo, what a simple, that's it. That's the whole thing right there. Right there. One of those, 9-gram servos that everybody has. 30 amp speed control, no water cooling, no nothing. Keep it simple, keep it light. Less this, less. Mies van der Rohe from the Bauhaus, circa, God, when would that have been? 1939? Came up with less is more. And in this case, less is more. And get a load of this. So you got this cheap, simple, light setup in here. No water cooling. Here you go. And here's a 2200 3S. Okay. My goodness. Here's a 2 1/4 2S. Plenty of room for battery. Motor will be about there, so plenty of room. So who wants to do a build along? This is going to be simple and cheap. The hardest thing is going to be determining exactly where that hole's going to be and where this motor mount's going to be, because that determines the depth of the propeller. These are really tall. They're 5/8 of an inch. I chose to set the prop down at a 1/2 inch at, where was I doing it? Was I doing it here? No, I was doing it a 1/2 inch at the center of the end right here. Just because as the deeper it gets, the more the angle it gets. And I don't want a whole lot of lift here. However, I can compensate for it by moving the CG aft. And because the way it packs air here and then nothing here, so it's going to have a lot of lift here and nothing here. So if I move the CG aft and the prop has a lot of lift and this has a lot of lift, it should just fly. And remember, it's going to be really light and a modest power. And the game is going to be how light can you get it and get it to fly without it going poof, blowing off. And so that's going to be the delicate balance. And these things are so rugged, and this system is so light that they'll withstand blow-offs all day long. You know, it won't be an issue. So there you go, boys and girls. Some planning. Anybody else want to build one of these with me? You know, it'll be kind of fun. Until next time, boys and girls, jet out.